Thank you so much, Leanne. Let's take a final look at your sport news now for today. Now, Mamelodi Sundowns ladies are not just the dominant team in South Africa. After featuring in 3 Champions League finals in 3 seasons, they also have been seen as an African giant. To talk to us about this morning, we are joined by the coach himself, Coach Jerry Tshabalala, alongside him, Nhlanhla Mthandi, and finally the captain of the team, Zanele Nhlapo. Hey, good morning, champions. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, V. Good morning.
Let's start with Mjerere. Mjerere, when you look at your life now and you think about the fact that you were a pharmacist assistant and you chose the route of becoming a football coach, I'm sure Masubega Manji, I definitely made the right decision.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely made the right decision, and I think it's something that it's been in me. It's a passion for me, Being a pharmacist assistant, it was one of those things but one has to put food on the table, for the kids, But, I'm glad with the decision that I took. It's bearing fruits today.
And those fruits that it's bearing includes, alongside being such a dominant team and a force in South African football, conquering the continent on 2 occasions. Talk to me about how you've been able to do this, because a lot of the time we hear teams saying it's not easy to go out into the rest of the continent and compete and do well. Yeah,
for sure. It's not easy. When I look back, when I started with Mamelodi Sundowns, there was a guy by the name of Nkulu who once asked me, here you are now, you are hired by Mamelodi Sundowns. What are you going to do? And I said to Nkulu, I want to make Mamelodi Sundowns ladies one of the best teams in Africa. And that was just a dream, just to say in Africa. Back then, we never even thought that we'll have a CAF Champions League. Now I'm living the dream. Mamelodi Sundowns ladies are the best team in Africa, And when I look back and I say, it never happened overnight. It's more than a decade working with this team, And I really want to thank the management of the team for having the trust in me in working with this team and putting this team on the map out there in Africa.
I was doing the final for SABC and I was with Coach Anna Munati, and she was speaking about how this team started in 1992. But let me move to you, Nhlanhla. Let's talk about that final up against Sporting Club Casablanca. The things that you guys were doing, at some point I looked at Rama and I'm like, Rama, trap like this in a final? How was that for you?
It was very nice, and knowing at that time we were winning 3-0. Among biggest card it was like 70 something, so we tried with since a happy moment, and then obviously coach I phone learned you give ball and what's so not, but yeah, we did it.
Oh, you guys are absolutely amazing to watch. Let's bring in the captain now. Zanele, there was a time when we weren't seeing you coming up as often as we would have liked to in terms of this Mamelodi Sundowns setup. But you come back into the team, you take those captain reins once again, and you just lead from the front. You played in every single game of this tournament. How are you feeling?
Yeah, obviously ngijabulile kakhulu, and ngibonga coach ngokungipha opportunity ukuthi ngidlale. I'm always positive, even if I stay on the bench and I don't get an opportunity to play. I always support the ones that are playing, That's what a team is called, Many team, you need to support one another. It doesn't matter who's playing, who's not playing. So I'm happy that I got an opportunity to play in the CAF Champions League. And in ngijabulisa kakhulu ukuthi it's my 3rd appearance, so I'm just glad and happy ukuthi we did it again.
As Kulumenge department when we defend, and when we look at your record here, Sundowns in this tournament in the CAF Champions League, you guys did not concede a single goal. Let's talk about that. Utsini umjerere gini magati sesengene grounding, now we are going to war. What does he say to you guys to just keep you guys so solid as a unit, particularly at the back?
Coach is always giving us a confidence to say that go out there and enjoy the game, and also it's very important for you guys not to concede. Because if you don't concede, you win games, So I think it's that as well, a training. Yeah, a training, we're always giving our best and we're always enjoying ourselves. So if a player is happy, then in the field of play, obviously, we're also going to be happy. So I think we like Kalakonavi.
No, we definitely could see that you guys are happy because it's showing in terms of your performance and your results. Nhlanhla, let's talk about those goals. Okay, the first one was a penalty. Out of 2 and 3, which one was your favorite from just the build up to how eventually the ball found the back of the net?
I think it was number 2. Number 2.
Number 3.
Number three.
Number 3. Yeah, that one, like you, from the build up, touches until the final touch, goal, like it was a nice goal. I don't wanna lie, it was my favorite.
And coach, let's talk about the pressure now, because you've got to maintain this performance and what you've been able to do. And we know that in the league, you were in action yesterday, very narrow 1-0 victory over TUT. How do you keep it up?
Yeah, V, thank you for asking that. And I just told the girls immediately after the final of CAF Championship that it's done and dusted. Now we forget. We have the focus now. It's on Hollywood Superbet League, because this Hollywood Superbet League, it's a league that gives us an opportunity to participate in CAF Champions League. If we don't do good in a Hollywood Superbet League, we won't have that opportunity to participate in CAF Champions League. And we know and we understand the fact that we've raised the bar very, very high, and we just got to maintain, And I was telling the girls to say, when you're sitting on top there, everyone would want to come for you. So we just got to keep on working hard and improving the team, and us as well as coaches, we just got to improve ourselves in terms of going to those coaching courses, and have a lot of knowledge in terms of trying to manage the team better.
And something I've always asked myself of someone who watches football and works in football is, how does Sundowns do it? Because across all your teams, you play the same style of football. It's literally the shoe shine and piano, from the women's team to the men's team to the junior team.
Yeah, look, when you come to Sundowns, you'll be told that there's a philosophy of Mamelodi Sundowns. But yourself as a coach, don't shy away from your philosophy. You just got to see how you bond the two, so that you don't move away from the philosophy of Mamelodi Sundowns. So basically, that's what is happening. And the other thing that makes it to look so similar is because of the meetings that we have in the technical meetings, from the ladies to the first team and to the boys. Normally, once in a month on a Thursday, the coaches, they will meet and we discuss in terms of how the teams should play and which team should improve, and those things. And if you watch Mamelodi Sundowns first team games, most of the coaches, you'll find them watching their first team games, like they're playing against Sunday. As coaches, we are obliged to be there, and us watching the first team, it also inspires us to do well.
And while you have done, Ndandla, just a quick one. Let me talk to you about moving back now into the Hollywood Beta Super League, where you guys are back in competition. Izolo, 1-0. Very close, amper. But let's talk about how you guys were able to go out and compete in the Champions League. You come back and you see this gap that UWC has now opened, and then they drop points right before your game. How do you think this season is going to end? Because it's a lot of pressure on you guys now, because you have to play all these catch-up games.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on us, and coach which we must not depend on other teams, which badlala kanjani, which drop our points. We must focus on ourselves. So njengoba sibuyile no coach efake pressure, we okay guys, we need to collect our points. We don't need to lose any game. Even though game izolo, we were a bit tired and then nowhere, because that side we were playing around 8 and big good tag. So manje ilanga ngapha, like it was hot, but we tried our best, even though it was not like the way Joel Banga corner. But as long as we got that 3 points, the only thing that's so important, which is collecting more points as a team. Yeah.
They're not looking at other teams and looking for those favors, but I'm sure when TX Galaxy won against UWC, they're like, thank goodness. Coach Jerry, thank you so much for your time. Ndlandla, midfield maestro Gaddafi, always lovely to watch you play. Zanele, leading from the front, we love the work you're doing with this team, and keep on going.
Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the champions of the African continent, Mamelodi Sundowns ladies. They secured themselves this trophy for the second time in just the space of 3 years, with a 3-0 victory against the Sporting Club Casablanca. Oh, South Africa and Morocco. What a nice one that was.